All right, guys, this is probably the heaviest episode that we have ever done on our channel. And we are in Alabama for the youth opener this year. We're with a family, the Ellis family, specifically Cersei and Obed. And this episode is telling a story of the life of Troy Ellis, who was unfortunately killed in a hunting incident a few years back. And we've gotten to know the Ellis family well over the last couple of years. We hunted with them last year with Cersei and Obed, trying to get Cersei a bird. We're back here this year with the same mission, trying to get Cersei a turkey. And the ultimate goal of this episode is to tell you guys the story of Troy, what his life was like. And it is a story of extreme sorrow, but also filled with a lot of miracles along the way of extreme forgiveness, and that hunting is healing. And so we are excited to share this story with y'all. We hope that it leaves y'all deeply impacted. And so without further ado, I would like to get into the story of the life of Troy.
Look down in there, see if you can find it.
My little man was a sure enough get with it hunter.
Where? Troy, what is that? Ooh, there he is, Troy. Look at that, Troy. Give me a 5, boy.
I think he killed his first turkey when he was 10. He missed a lot of turkeys, but he worked at it.
What'd you think about that? Huh? What'd you think about that?
There's not a window in this house that a pellet gun hasn't gone out, or even a bow.
Yeah, boy, give me some skin.
Love to be around family. I mean, just loved it.
Ammunition, please.
Oh, don't throw rocks.
Rocks.
And he loved the woods.
Cersei, you ready? Are you actually ready? Let me hear your war cry.
I think they're gonna be a little slow waking up this morning. I think they're gonna come.
It's kind of, yeah.
You know, this story is a tough story to tell. It is my testimony, but the hard part about telling the story is just getting out of the way and let God work. You know, it is a tragedy. It's changed, you know, our life forever. We'll never be the same. We'll have joy, but we won't always be happy. I mean, it's, you know, sitting at this table or going out there on the back porch or having success in anything, there's always that, you know, Troy's not here. And it's just, you know, it's that storm that we're going through. You know, that morning was fulfilling a promise. My buddy had set up some guided hunts to help some you know, wounded vets. I'm a coach. The veteran that we were going to take, he was also a coach. So it seemed like a good fit. That morning started off like any other morning. We prayed and took up on top of that mountain. In our first setup, we heard turkeys all over the place. Nothing close, but just being, you know, 1,200 feet up, you can hear things on different ridges and stuff. And on the second hunt would have been Troy's last hunt. That's when it all went bad. And you know, if I could go back and change it, I would, but I can't. And we went and we got set up, and we had actually heard a bird gobble. I had them, you know, in between me and the gobbler, and then we set a decoy out. So we were safe as far as, you know, where the lanes of fire were, you know. We'd been there for 45 minutes, maybe. And my buddy, he got up. So I take my eyes off of the guy that we were taking hunting just for maybe a couple minutes. And I'm looking at my buddy, and he starts doing these hand gestures. And then he starts clapping. And he said, "No!" Bam! I was shot.
Yeah.
I'd been hit in the leg, but I had no idea that my baby had been hit. I look at him, and I'm just like pushing on him, like, "No, okay, get up, man, quit playing, get up, man, get up." And he falls over, and I know it's bad. Like, at this point, it ain't good. I take his mask off and rip his little hat off, and there's that point when I get everything off of him that I know he's not gonna make it.
Come on, let me see my fish, please. Is it a good one? Hold that thing up.
And I started working on him. And I just remember screaming at God, like, "Give me a chance, just give me a chance, give me a chance." And I just made the decision to stop. And so I pulled him in tight. I cleaned him up the best I could. And I felt something so pure. He had me wrapped up in his arms, and I remember feeling thankful. I remember feeling like I held Troy as he came into this earth, and I held him as he went out, and how awesome that is as a father, that I was with him his whole life. And then like that, the real world kicks back in, and my buddy gets back, and here comes the sheriff deputies and the firemen and the ambulance. And I realized that at that point, not that I've been living a lie, but maybe I had, that God was not the center of my heart. Everything but was the center of my heart. Everything. Troy, you know, did he kill a turkey? Was he going to get to see somebody kill a turkey? Or whether it was my wife or Winston or Cersei or Harper. I mean, my job, everything else was the center of my life.
Just grab him and go like you was a man. You big enough to kill him, you big enough to drag him. You didn't give out?
And then we got done with the trial. And he was found guilty. I mean, it was no question. Me and Jennifer and everybody else involved, we've had to learn that you're not going to be happy all the time. And that's okay. It's just fine. But we do have joy. And we do have hope.
I really did. I really do it.
And I hope people hear that, because, you know, my storm is no worse than any other storm in here right now. It's just different. Right now, somebody's at Children's in Birmingham. They're about to lose their baby. And that's happening right now. And their storm's no different than mine, or no worse, or no, And so, whatever storm you're going through, man, just lean on God. That the gospel is real. Like, it is 100% real. We can just see the top big stack. So we're good.
I don't know yet. I gotta think of that.
It's just poor timing.
Don. I said John. Oh, John.
You know, I have forgiven the man that shot Troy, and that was hard. But I didn't do that on my own. I mean, God did that.
Is it Stevens 301?
Don't be like. I don't know if this story will bring anybody, you know, if somebody's going through something right now, I don't know if it'll bring them any peace, but I hope it brings them hope. Because, I mean, there's something so much bigger than what they're going through. This is a terrible idea. Terrible.
Wonderful idea.
You got your waders on? You want me to carry you across?
The Ellises are not just our friends, they've become family.
You got a little teardrop going. Little mud teardrop.
Hunting with Obed and Cersei is a reminder that even in the wake of the loss of Troy, that hunting is healing. The laughs and memories we shared will last forever. There is a peace to be found knowing that there is something bigger than the storm you may be facing, and tomorrow is a new day. Troy may no longer be with us, but his legacy lives on. Since January 2021, the Troy Ellis Foundation has been able to help nearly 10,000 students through scholarships, events, and athletic contributions. They have participated in 17 different events and fundraisers, raising more than $100,000 that has been put directly back into the community. If you feel called to donate, please visit the Troy Ellis Foundation website. Cersei, your big brother loves you, and he's still with you every day. I know that he's looking down from heaven and is proud of the man you are becoming. If you ever need him, he's only a prayer away.